Hi everyone, was just out for a bike ride and thought this little patch of urban forest would be a great chance to talk about the carbon cycle. So, why is CO2 increasing in the atmosphere? Well, we are emitting it from fossil fuels. The key to that is that fossil fuels come from old, dead organic matter buried deep within the earth, and it would take a long time, normally hundreds of thousands or millions of years, for that CO2 to cycle into the atmosphere. And what we're doing is taking it out of fossil fuel reservoirs and bypassing that natural cycle and releasing it to the atmosphere in a period of 1, 2, or 3 years, right? From the moment of extracting it to refining it to burning it in our cars. And so that means that it's the rate at which we're emitting that's the real issue. And that's the difference between CO2 emissions from fossil fuel burning and CO2 emissions, say, from respiration, by me breathing, or by trees and organisms in the soil. Photosynthesis and respiration are part of a balanced cycle. Us pulling carbon out of the deep ground and burning it and releasing to the atmosphere is an unbalanced cycle, so it's going to accumulate somewhere. So it builds up in the atmosphere. Now, not all of it stays in the atmosphere, of course. Only a little bit over half usually stays in the atmosphere each year. The rest is being absorbed by the oceans, which we're going to talk about later, and being absorbed by land plants, which are doing us a favor. And so the real issue is that we're emitting carbon dioxide faster than the planet can absorb it. Oh, we have people on the trail. Hey, thank you so much. And so it's the rate of emissions being higher than the rate at which they can be absorbed by the planet that means they're going to build up in the atmosphere. That also means that we could address fossil emissions by either decreasing the rate at which they're going up or increasing the rate at which they're being absorbed by the planet, right? And it also means that if that absorption by the planet gets saturated, say if climate change affects the world's forests so they're less productive, more of our emissions are then going to stay in the atmosphere. And so when we're thinking about carbon dioxide emissions, we need, and how they translate into carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere, you need to take it all into account. You need to think about the emissions, and you need to think about the sinks, the absorption by the ocean and by the land. Thanks so much.